Hello, I'm Elias Pisot, and most people let their loved ones die before they permit themselves to confess their love for them. That's just a basic truth of the human condition. Most of the people that you will lose in your life, you will not have confessed your deep seated love for. At least most people are in that situation. But I pray, I pray for everybody who's now on earth that they will get the enlightenment necessary to actually realize that their love for someone can only be temporary in the physical state. You can love someone long after death, but that love will probably only confess itself, begin when they die. You need to confess your love to pretty much everybody because you never know how much time you actually have to express it. What happens if one of your loved ones dies tomorrow? What happens if you didn't confess your love for them within the years that you had the opportunity to? You need to confess your love for everybody in your family, your friends, even your enemies. Because most of the time, we only realize how much we love people once they are dead. And that's a true tragedy of the human condition, a true tragedy of psychology, and family, and friendships, and relationships in general. Because humans see love as vulnerability. They see saying, I love you, as kind of giving a piece of their heart to the person they love, being a bit of a slave to the person they love. But in reality, you will have wished you said I love you 1,000 more times when you go to one person's funeral. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Why don't you express your love more? Why don't you? There's literally no reason not to. Because it makes you weak, because it makes you seem vulnerable, probably because you're too scared to do it. What happens when the person you knew you needed to say I love you to more dies? Well, you realize how much you love them, but you can't do anything. You very clearly cannot do anything. They're dead. Like, what do you want to do now? You had all of the opportunities in the world, thousands, to call them, to speak to them, to visit their house and say, I love you, I appreciate you. You make me feel loved, but you didn't, and now they're dead, and you will suffer for it the rest of your life. Now that I put that image in your head, look at your current situation. If you're watching a 13-year-old like rambling about Memento Mori on YouTube, then you're probably not that old. You're probably young, in my opinion. You probably still have loved ones that you can say I love you to. So if you're an action taker, if you're actually really fond of actionable steps, pause the video and say I love you to one of your family members, to your mother, to your father, to your grandmother or grandfather, to your best friend, to your girlfriend, to that one person you don't get along. Just say, hey, whatever. I just want you to know that I really appreciate you. And I'm sorry for I don't know what. Because what happens if they die tomorrow and you haven't said that? What happens? I don't need to like paint the picture in your head anymore. I guarantee that you are smart enough to realize what happens if you're too scared to confess your love for other people. Do not be scared because there's a time limit, a very very clear time limit for how much you can express your love. Say I love you, say I appreciate you, say you make me feel loved. Because those are the things that very few people actually do, and the things that you have a very limited time space to do. And you never know when the window closes or when the deadline hits. I'll see you later.